We're back on site, guys, and I'm with my favorite builders, Toolbud. They've allowed us to come and film here because they're working with a brand new client who's actually refurbing their whole house. It's called a refurb, but it also looks like the whole thing is being demolished. But we've had to adhere to some of the council rules and regulations where we've had to keep some of the features to be in line. And you know what? The house owners have also had to pay an extra seal charge to have some of this work done. If you don't know what seal is, comment down below and I'll explain exactly what that is. But apparently that's cost about 32,000. So when you're costing up all your renovations, it's architect fees, building fees, and all of the additional costs. But on this project, what you're gonna get is I'm gonna show you exactly how a bungalow is being turned into a 5-bedroom family house. Now, this is probably gonna be the best street on the house. It's not just about the money and refurbing. This is a client who wants to just live in a very, very nice house to their own taste. We're gonna show you exactly how some of this build is done. It hasn't got double skin walls. I'm sure you're probably thinking, what the hell is a double skin wall? But I'll explain all of that in this vlog. So before we get into this one, make sure you smash the like button, leave me a comment and share this with other people who are interested in property development. And on top of that, guys, I run site visits every single month. So DM me down below if you want to come and join, because we'll be doing one at this project right here. But follow me. So before we even get into this one, before we even enter, you can see that there's a different material on front. And that's because the existing walls were only a single cavity. Now, this is insulations that's been put on above this. The normal brickwork is around 200 mil. We've added another 150 on top, and we've used silicone render on this one. So this is one coat's already done. We're about to apply another coat on top of this. So you'll see that this one's looking really, really good. Do you need any stairs done, guys? Because we've just made some out of some 6x2 timber, or is it 8x2, I think. So that silicone render that I was talking about, it's some of these stuff in these buckets. It's actually quite good when it's weatherproof. Something you got to remember, whenever you're working with other properties next to you, you got to always make sure, first of all, you get a party wall agreement, and second of all, you got to make it weatherproof. So where they've come back to brick on this project is already left the other wall exposed, which could let waters into the neighbor's place. Here you can see that this was the original wall. We've already made a lovely porch here, and we've got a different design going on in this one. Here, as you notice, we've still got old bricks and the old wall, but that was a requirement by the council that we don't take some of the original features of. Where that point is over there, we're gonna have a new RSJ going across, and we're gonna be having a very, very high ceiling. Why? Well, if you remembered, I said this was a bungalow, so it has bedrooms on the ground floor. So this is gonna have an ensuite, a lovely bedroom, high ceilings, great windows. So this is gonna have high ceilings, and it's actually called a vaulted ceiling. So that's a new tip that even I've learned today. You can see there's stills everywhere, steel beams going across, because they are also the requirement for the regulations, because it's gonna support new weight above. You're probably thinking, what's this? This is actually insulation. Some people call it Kingsplan, or some people call it Celotex, but that's just a brand. That's like a vacuum is called a Hoover, but a Hoover is just a brand, right? Even you learn all of these new things every single time. But this is actually insulation. It's quite foamy, and it's got a silver strip which actually bounces back heat. We're going to be using a warm deck roof, and if you don't know about a warm deck roof, you need to go back to one of the old vlogs that we've done. But all right, I'll explain it to you. It's where the roof is more warm, so there's no insulation below or anything like that. The insulation is built on top, and you have plywood above, and it means you've got parapets on the side, and you normally have your guttering within, so it's not showing at all. A quirky feature in this property, guess what? we've got visitors from Poland. Yeah, that's right. These doors are actually come all the way from Poland. Why? Because this aluminium sort of style and the height that we've used here is normally quite expensive in the UK. So we've sourced this out from Poland. And if you want to find out who they are, DM us below and I'll get Torba to message you back. So if you look over this way, that's where the existing building used to be, where you see this still. And as you can see, we've come out a few meters and even more out here. And this is actually going to be the new kitchen area. If you can see these beams, that why there's some gaps here, that's exactly where the skylight windows are going to be put in. And there's going to be another one here. It's like outside, inside. Like, you know, when you're in this part of the house and you're in the kitchen, it's like where the heart is. It's like you want to have as much light in as possible. And we're going to have some nice retaining steps out here going into the garden. So that's the downstairs bit. We've got a bedroom over here, a bedroom over this way, a little study over this way. And to be honest, we haven't even finished, like, you know, designing the full internals. We've just got the outside ready, but this will be a 5-bedroom, so follow me upstairs. What a lovely part of the house that we're in. Why? Because this used to be just a roof, but now it's a full usable space. Yeah, got to be careful about the health and safety on here. And yeah, there's a step missing here, but that's what we do in the construction sort of side of things. And we're up into the loft area. I love seeing structures like this, guys, because why? There was nothing here before, and now this is going to be the master bedroom. Actually, we're going to have a bedroom this side and a bedroom that side with a lovely little hallway down here. I can't wait to show you the finished result of this one. As you can see here, why is this raised up? It's because the windows are going to be filled up in these sections, and this is where the roof is actually going to curl up, so there's going to be no water going down. As you can see, we're using insulation in these sort of areas to make sure the roof is actually warm. And as you can see, all of the stills that we were talking about down here, this is what's going to be supporting above. We have to adhere to a lot of regulations on this one, guys, where the councils want to come and inspect every single step of the way. The very first thing that I've learned on this project, guys, is get yourself a good architect. They're going to save you thousands and thousands of pounds, because if they get their plans ready, drawn up, they will make sure that the builder can work to them drawings and the council will approve these things. If you're going to mess up on your planning applications and you're messing about with the wrong drawings, all of these things are going to slow your projects. They're going to make sure that you're overspending, going over your budgets, and it's going to take a lot longer. So sometimes expensive is the cheapest way. So that's something I've learned properly on this project. If you want to see more content like this, drop us a like, drop us a comment, and it helps us at the channel, guys. I don't need nothing from you guys apart from appreciating the channel, and that helps us to grow, and we'll get some bigger and bigger projects going, so you get the full benefits rather than paying thousands and thousands on all of these courses. Now, guys, if you want to come down to one of these site visits, drop me a DM. Let's jump on a call, and trust me, this is in East London. I'm always around the London area. We've got builders, we've got architects, we've got people with money, people with a great network coming down to these events. On our last event, we had 32 people come down, and they all got full benefits. We got photographers, videographers. You're gonna get any lesson that you want, and it's nothing better than speaking to the person directly themselves. So smash the like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.